Have you ever stayed on a path, not because it feels right, but because you're afraid of what it means if you stop? We grow up hearing, don't give up, keep pushing, winners never quit. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. Not everything in life is meant to be held on to, and sometimes the braver choice is to walk away. We don't quit because we're weak. We quit because something inside us knows this isn't who I want to be. This isn't where I want to go, and every day we stay on the wrong path. We drift further from the life that actually fits us. So today, let's talk about something people rarely discuss honestly. 5 cues that show something is no longer right for you, and it might be time to let go. Whether it's a job, a dream, a relationship, or a goal you've outgrown, these signs will help you see the truth clearly. Cue number 1. You're drained, not challenged. There's a different kind of exhaustion that doesn't come from working too hard, but from doing the same thing over and over until you feel your mind switching to autopilot. You wake up, go to work, finish tasks you can do with your eyes closed, and end your day wondering where the hours even went. Not because the job is stressful, but because it's predictable, repetitive, and completely unchallenging. That kind of routine doesn't stimulate you, and it numbs you. You don't feel excited. You don't feel curious. You don't feel engaged. You're just there, moving through a checklist you've already mastered years ago, and at first you might call it stability, but slowly it becomes a quiet drain. You start losing your spark, you stop feeling alive in your own day, and that emptiness, the sense that nothing about your routine asks the best of you anymore, that's cue number 1. When your days become copy-paste, your energy fades not from pressure, but from the lack of anything meaningful to push against. Cue number 2. You feel stuck and stop growing. Sometimes the problem isn't that the path is too easy. Sometimes it's that the path is simply not for you. You can give more effort, face harder challenges, and push yourself beyond comfort. Yet you still feel like you're not moving anywhere. Not because you lack discipline, but because the direction itself doesn't match who you are. Imagine if Jackie Chan's father told him to become a singer. No matter how hard he trained, no matter how tough the lessons were, he would never feel right in that world. And imagine if Michael Jackson's father told him to become a fighter. He could spend years trying to improve, but the deeper he went, the more wrong it would feel. The challenge isn't the issue. The mismatch is. When you're walking a path that doesn't align with your strengths, your personality, or your natural talents, every step feels heavier than it should, and no amount of effort creates progress, because you're climbing the wrong mountain. That's cue number 2. You feel stuck not because you're weak, but because the path isn't built for your kind of strength. Cue number 3. Your effort doesn't lead to results. Sometimes the challenge is there. You step up, you deliver, you perform better than expected. And still, nothing changes. No recognition, no reward, no promotion, not because you're not capable, but because the environment you're in simply doesn't value what you bring. It's like this. A water bottle always has value. It can ease your thirst anywhere. But the environment changes its price. In a supermarket, it's cheap. In a hotel, it's more expensive. On an airplane, it can cost 3 times more. And in a bar, the same water is suddenly premium. The bottle didn't change. The water didn't change. Only the environment changed. And the same is true for you. Your skills, discipline, potential, they have real value. But if the place you're in refuses to acknowledge it or keeps you small no matter how well you execute challenges, then the problem isn't your ability. It's the environment. That's cue number 3. If your effort doesn't move anything forward, maybe it's time to bring your value to a place that actually sees it. Cue number 4. The process turns you into someone you're not. This is the cue we ignore the most. Sometimes the clearest sign that you should walk away isn't the results you get, but the person you're becoming along the way. You start something with hope, ambition, and positive energy. But slowly, quietly, the process begins to reshape you. Not in a good way, but in ways you never asked for. You notice you're more irritable than you used to be. Small things make you angry. Your patience gets thinner, your smile disappears more often, and you catch yourself saying, "This isn't me. Why am I like this now?" You begin to feel disconnected from your own personality. The enthusiastic version of you fades. The curious you go silent. The confident you hide in the background. And what's left is a version of yourself that feels tense, guarded, or numb. The right path should stretch you, not break you. It should challenge you, not erase you. If the journey is shaping you into a version of yourself you don't like, that's cue number 4. You're sacrificing more of yourself than the outcome is worth. Sometimes, the real damage doesn't happen inside your career. It happens inside your relationships. Cue number 5. You only feel alive on weekends. This is one of the loudest signals of all. If the only time you feel like yourself is on Friday night, that's not normal. That's a warning sign. Because life shouldn't feel like a cycle of survive on weekdays, revive on weekends. You shouldn't spend 5 days of the week feeling like a robot, counting the hours, dragging your feet, watching the clock like it's your enemy. Just to experience 2 short days where you can finally breathe again. You start living for the temporary highs, the late-night hangouts, the short vacations, the moments where you finally get to laugh, where you remember what happiness feels like. But the second Sunday evening arrives, your chest tightens, your energy drops, and you already feel the dread of repeating a life that doesn't fulfill you. When your weekends become your only escape, it means your weekdays are slowly suffocating you. It means the life you're living from Monday to Friday doesn't match who you truly are. And no matter how hard you push yourself to stay grateful or just be tough, your body knows, your mind knows, your soul knows. Life is too short to spend 5 days enduring just to enjoy 2 days breathing. If your happiness only exists on weekends, that's cue number 5. You're not living, you're just surviving. Conclusion: quitting isn't failure. Quitting doesn't make you weak. Quitting is a decision. One that requires clarity, honesty, and more courage than people realize. Because pushing forward is easy when everything makes sense. What's hard is admitting that something no longer serves you. Looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, I deserve better than this version of my life. Sometimes life isn't about pushing harder. It's not about proving something to the world. It's about choosing better. Choosing a path that aligns with who you are. Choosing an environment that values your effort. Choosing a direction that lets you breathe again. So if any of these 5 cues feel familiar, maybe it's time to stop forcing the wrong path. Maybe it's time to release the weight you've been carrying and create space for something that actually fits you. You deserve a life that feels meaningful, not just on the weekends, not just in rare moments of escape, but every single day. And walking away from the wrong thing might be the first brave step toward the right one.